How's it going, everyone? It's Korbin, TWGR. I am up in the mountains of Utah, namely the Wasatch Mountains. I am in an undisclosed area because I am searching for a nice spot to build a bushcraft camp. Now we are coming into winter here in Utah. So guys, I'm only scouting out for a spot, and I'm probably going to do some clearing, and that's about it for this year. But there are going to be a ton next spring of bushcraft videos coming out, and there's going to be some coming out until the snow flies, because we still have a little bit of time until the snow flies here. But you know, this area that I'm in right here gets so much snow that we're not going to want to be trying to come up here in the dead of winter. I don't think. We can see what happens, but anyway, guys, so I'm gonna start searching around. I'm in the area that I want. Now I just need to start searching around for a good area with stuff to use to kind of help me out building the shelter. Thanks for coming along. Show you guys around. So here's the area that I'm in now, guys. As you can see, plenty of deadfall. I'm not going to use any live trees, and I'll make that clear right off the bat. I'm not going to use any live trees to build this bushcraft camp. Look at the amount of deadfall around me. I'm going to use all of this deadfall. But I want to find a decent location to do it. I don't want to have to do a lot of cleaning out, which usually means in here in the trees. If I was going to do it, I'd be having to clean out a lot of this area. So I don't know if I'm going to do that. I've been looking at this area here. It's nice and flat. We have some really healthy looking aspen trees that I'll incorporate the trees around me that are alive in a way. So we'll just see how that goes. So I'm going to continue looking around, guys, for a good spot. There's another spot down here that's flattens out that I want to look at. Some spots up here. So I'm going to look around for a bit. When I find a spot that I think is suitable, I'll bring you guys back. So I found my location, but I found the area, I should say, but not the exact location for the build yet. This is a great, wide open type of field area. I've got aspen, I've got evergreens, a lot of deadfall are all around me, and I like the fact that I'd get some shade, and I'm going to get quite a bit of sun in this spot to try to keep that wood dried out as much as possible. So I'm going to continue searching around for an actual spot, but this is the area that it's going to go. It's beautiful, guys. I mean, oh my gosh. It's perfect. So I'm thinking I found the spot, guys. I think it's going to be in this grove of trees. It's a nice flat piece of real estate. I think the lean-to, raised bed lean-to is going to go right here. I may end up using this tree for my headers, and that tree for the lower and top header, but I'm going to try to find a way, hopefully, to not damage the tree. And then I'll build my raised bed basically inside of here, and I'll use the bottom of this tree here from the top, from up there somewhere, and it's going to come down to it as a diagonal and attach to here, because I want at least 3 foot back. Whoa, I want at least 3 foot back here, going across. So we'll see. I can definitely use these 2 trees here for my top header and my bottom header, and that tree for my back diagonal log coming down. I don't know what I'll do on this end, but I'll figure that out. So yeah, I think the lean-to will be here. I'll have to build a wall to close in this. I'll have to build a wall to close in this. It's going to be a pretty big wall, and another wall to close in this. So starting off, it's not going to be too big, but I don't want it too big either. So I'm going to start clearing this area out, guys. Getting all the dead branches off the trees. This one's dead too. This one here, I don't know if I'm going to leave it yet because this is going to come into the camp a little bit. But we may be able to use it for hanging stuff or whatnot, so I may leave it for now. But I'm going to get to work to clear this out. Everyone, 2 tools I brought for today would be my Granfer's splitting axe. I know it's not exactly what I would want for the job I'm doing here. I'd want more of a forest axe or something along those lines, but it's going to work for me for now till I get my forest axe. And then also the Gomboy by Silky. I'm just going to start with this tree here and just start clearing branches and whatnot. So I'm just sitting here, guys, taking a break and just kind of contemplating a few things that you guys might want to know. So I picked my spot that's got shade but also sun, and that way when the sun hits it, it does help dry it out, keep that wood from rotting, the wood walls that I'm going to build. And secondly, one of the other things you want to think about is its proximity to water. Now of course you don't want it too close to water because then you get the mosquitoes and the bugs that come from that. So you don't want it too close, but you want it pretty close. You want to be able to obtain water and not have to hike it in. So from where I'm at right here, guys, I'm about a half mile, which isn't too bad from a water source. So just wanted to throw that out there, just so you guys were thinking about it if you were planning on or wanting to start your own shelter system, bushcraft shelter system. So anyway, I'm just going to continue to clean up this area a little bit. That tree behind me there, all the dead branches that were on that side of it now are gone, as you can see. So that's good, very good. So this here, guys, is ideally what I'm going to try to be finding. Dead standing or dead fallen right now. I've got this one here. There's one back there. And there's just a ton. If you look through there, you can see them all. So that's what I'm looking for, guys. I don't want them too rotted, but I do want them dead and pretty straight. So of course I forgot my tripod. You know, that's the brakes. But what I'm doing now, guys, is I'm just skinning these logs up. Sorry about the finger. So I'm just taking this and I'm just doing it with one hand, so bear with me. But I'm just taking the axe and getting off the bark here, peeling it. I'll do that the whole length of what I'm going to use. Some of the thinner stuff I'm not going to use. Maybe for stakes. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. Just getting a couple skinned up. This one was already skinned by nature, which is nice, except for some of it. But you want that nice smooth wood. I don't necessarily want all that, so I'm going to skin them. Anyway, that's what I'm doing now. Just to give you guys an idea of what I'm doing. And then these will be cut into lengths, whatever I need them at. Now, of course, these are going to be used for some smaller walls because of that bend. So I'll cut it here and I'll use that straight piece as the bottom of the wall and then just start building them up. Some more straight pieces, and then there's probably going to be stakes on this one. So But I just want to give you guys an idea of what's cracking. You'll get more of what I'm going to be doing here as it takes shape. So guys, I do plan on making some sawhorses here at some point, but for now I'm going to clean a few of these dead twigs. I'm just going to use this tree here, as you can see, as a sawhorse. It's about the right height, maybe a little too high, but it'll work to where I can start cutting these lengths I need. So the spot I selected for the shelter may change, because I've kind of started walking around this area and I found this spot, which is pretty nice. I need to see if there's natural stuff I could use to start stuff off with. But this would be a bit more sunlight. The other spot's a bit more shaded. And look at the views that you would have. Wow. So I'm going to browse around this area a bit and just see if there's anything I could start, that would help me start it up. So we'll see. So upon further thought, I decided that I'm keeping it this spot. I like the setup, I like what I got going, I like what what I've already kind of imagined. So, and it would have to totally change if I went to another spot. The view's just right there, so you just walk a little bit from the camp and you've got some great views, and yet we're still tucked into the trees, kind of hidden. So I'm sticking with it. So for right now, you guys can see. Sorry I didn't bring my tripod. It's making me upset too. But there's going to be the top ridge line for the lean-to. About that height, maybe a little bit lower. And then this one here is going to be probably my bottom, the bottom rung for that lean-to. So yeah, I'll start from that tree there and go across to that tree. And like I said, it probably won't be quite that high. It's probably going to be a little bit lower. Then we'll run our other beam there, and then we'll start the process of building a raised bed and lean-to. So that's the first thing I'm going to concentrate on, guys, is the lean-to, of course. Because when I'm up here when it's rainy, I want to have a little shelter that I can get into if it gets bad, let it pass, get back out, keep working. So, right on. The pile of logs is progressing. I figured what I'd do is just get a bunch of lengths up here, and then I can start building. So that's the plan. That's the scoops, poops. So I've collected quite a few logs, enough to start building the lean-to shelter, the raised bed and the lean-to shelter. That's what I'd like to get going first, like I said before. So definitely a good pile started there. Let's see, it's 3:40 in the afternoon. So I'm gonna pack up my stuff and head out. I've marked the spot on the GPS. I also think I could find it, again, pretty easy. I know my way around this area pretty well. So that'll be the end of it. I appreciate you guys joining. This is the first episode of Bushcraft Camp. Blah! Can't speak. Appreciate you guys joining again. Subscribe, hit that button if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. See you in the next episode. Be safe. Adventure on, everyone.